Okay, now that we've gone into the dashboard a little bit, let's jump into how we actually set this stuff up. So once you're in reputation on the left-hand side, we've got the top toolbar right here. We've got overview, requests, reviews, widgets, and a little gear button. If you click on the gear button, you'll see that we've got the review links here, and I've got Google and Facebook here. If you needed to use another one, some other review site, you can create a custom link right there. And scrolling down, we've got email review requests, and then you also have SMS review requests. So that's how you can, the two different ways that you can send out requests to customers and asking them to fill out a review. To toggle those on, there's a little button on the right hand side. Just check those on, and then you type in your subject line, and this is the email that it's going to go out. So we value, and I usually just use whatever is in that gray box, right? So we value your feedback and request for your review. We value your feedback and request for your review. Right? And then when do you want to send it? You can send it immediately after check-in, and I'll show you how people can check in. You can send it 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. So this is really meant for, let's say you're ready to meet this with somebody and you didn't want to send it immediately after you close the deal. You wanted to send it 1 hour after you close the deal, or 5 hours, or some custom in a day, whatever. Okay. The next one is, do you want it to repeat? So let's say they don't fill out a review, they send it, you send it out and they don't fill it out. Do you want it to send out? So let's say every 3 days, and then maximum number of tries, 3 is usually good. Now, this is the email that is going to get sent out, okay? And you can also open up your email builder and customize it if you need to. And this is, just drag and drop, just like the website builder. Close that out. Now, what we have found is emails are okay, but SMS texts usually get a much higher response rate. So let's turn that on as well. And you can add an image, but understand that images do cost money to send out. So if you do plan on including a logo or anything like that, make sure that it is optimized. I would make sure that it is 10 to maybe 50 kilobytes in size. And if you haven't gone through our training on how to optimize image sizes and resolution, go through that training as well. So SMS to send, we value your opinion. We would your feedback and ask for a review. Okay, so I'm going to take this time to kind of talk about it's called review gating, G-A-T-I-N-G. And review gating is where you ask for reviews, and let's say you get a 4-star review, a 5-star review, and then you get a 1-star review, right? Somebody wasn't happy for whatever reason, or maybe they just mixed it up and said that, they thought that 1 was the highest star. Sometimes that happens, right? So what you can do is make sure that only 5-star reviews show up on your website. But Google says that is what's known as review gating, and you're not allowed to do review gating. If somebody leaves you a positive or a negative review, then they have, the rest of the public needs to be able to see that, right? So it's complete transparency. You're not allowed to hide either positive or negative reviews. The review is the review. Also, you cannot ask for a 5-star review or a 4-star review. You just have to ask for a review and then leave it up to the user's opinion or the client's opinion as to what star. Now you can tell them, hey, 5 is the highest, 1 is the lowest, so they don't get confused. But you're not allowed to ask for a 4 or 5-star review. you could say something like, hey, if you were happy with our service, we hope it'll be reflected in the review, but you can't ask specifically for a 5-star or a 4-star review on the when you're displaying the reviews on your website or in Facebook or anywhere. You're not allowed to only display positive reviews. You have to provide all of the reviews on your Google profile. Right? So just be aware of that. Review gating is a thing. Now, what are the consequences? You'll typically won't get a warning. They will literally just shut down your account, and you will not get access to it ever again. They are very strict about this, and this goes for whether you're using Yelp or Facebook or Google. Google is probably the most stringent, then Facebook. Yelp has had some problems plaguing them with false reviews in the past, so they're trying to crack down on it as well. But there's also Trustpilot and a bunch of other ones, right? So just be aware that review gating is not allowed, and you should not participate in that. Also, don't participate in purchasing fake reviews. Reviews are kind of like a sacred covenant, if you will, between the user and the business and the client. So you want to make sure that you're getting good positive reviews. The easiest way to not have 1, 2, and 3-star reviews is if you have an inkling, any kind, just don't send them a review request. Now, that's not going to stop them from going on your Facebook page or your Google page and leaving a review by themselves. However, by not initiating the request, you might reduce those 1, 2, and 3-star reviews. Or even better, just provide better customer service, right? So that's the best way to do it. So once you've got your SMS in here, you can do the same thing here. You can schedule it to go out immediately, don't repeat, etc. And then just click save. And now we're all set, and we can do that. And we're on to the next step.